check. 1-1. Well, g'day baseball fans and welcome to the big one, the gold medal match in the 2024 Australian Senior League Championships. During this week, 10 teams have come from all over the country to Geelong, but after 29 games, it's two neighbourhood charters from Perth who will do battle for the National Championship. It's the Eastern Phantoms, undefeated at 5-0, against the Wanneroo Giants at 4-1. Two compelling stories in this game for one amazing prize. Not just the National Championship of Australia, but the right to represent the Australian region in the Senior League World Series, which will be held in Easley, South Carolina, from July 27. And we've got two juggernauts from WA in this gold medal match, with plenty of players who have had a World Series experience. For the visiting team, the Wanneroo Giants, it's a chance at the Triple Crown, Intermediate League champions in 2022 in Mildura. Junior League champions last year in Glenelg. There's 8 players from last year's side hoping to get another trip stateside and get that triple crown. For the Eastern Phantoms, they too have been to America. The 2022 Junior League champions from Glenelg. And last year, they were oh so close to being champions in the Senior League. Tied at the mid-6th against the Ryde Hawks, losing 6-4. And since that game, their mission has to be back here today and reverse that result. Thank you for joining us on Baseball Plus. You are in for a treat. Some great talent here. 12 Western Australian representatives. Some of the best junior players in the country. Let me give you the starting lineup, hitting-wise, for the Wanneroo Giants, who are the visiting team this afternoon. They'll be led off by catcher Cooper Barber. Second spot, Chase Bensman. He's at shortstop. Third base, playing third, Blake Thompson. Judd McNeil at 4, first base. Ben Davis comes in as a designated hitter, batting 5. Harry Wooden at 6 is in centre field. He's got an Elliott on either side. Mitchell batting 7 at right. Ben Hannon is batting 8th to base. And Jackson Elliott is in the 9 hole at left. Their starting pitcher, which we'll see at the bottom of the first, is Chase Shortland. For the Eastern Phantoms, as the home team, they get to field first. They'll have Tyson Edwards at left field. Brady Manning at centre field. Thomas Williams in right. Third base, George Calverley. Shortstop, Ben Nesbitt. Second base, Ada Samakawa. First base, Ryan Warner. Behind the plate, Cameron Barr. And on the hill, Dylan Palethorpe. That's the starting 9 for each side. Hitting defensive will give you how they reverse at the bottom of the first. These two teams have come to Geelong. They've played 5 preliminary matches. We'll tell you the other scores that resulted today. But at the end of it, it's all about this one. The gold medal match. There was some rain earlier. That has cleared. And at 3:02 on a Friday afternoon, it's time to crown a champion. Palethorpe to face Barber. The first pitcher ball. Cooper Barber missed day 1 with illness. Bounced back. 8 runs, 6 RBIs, averaging 400. 2 of his 6 hits, doubles. He had an epic pitching effort. 5 innings, 10 strikeouts leading into this game. The first at-bat is at a 2-2 count. And with that, what other way would you start a gold medal match but with a full count? Dylan Palethorpe, aka Dill, 16-year-old from the Morley Eagles, replaced both juniors and seniors as on the full count, Cooper Barber has found his way over the outstretched hands of George Calverley with a hit to left, and the leadoff is on for Wanneroo. They came into Wednesday night with a 2-1 record, needing to give Cronulla Black their first defeat, and they faced Cronulla Blue in the semi-final yesterday. On both occasions, it was a fast start that saw them home. 5 runs in the first inning against Cronulla Black, 3 against Blue yesterday. Looking for another fast start here to gain early momentum. And whilst that ball's been in the loose dirt, Barber has gone and stolen second base. What's amazing about a tournament where teams come from all over the country is just how well these two grand finalists know each other. As Chase Bensman, who has an OPS at 1,180, averaging 429, he leads the Giants with 8 hits, 2 doubles, 6 RBI with 6 runs. Only been walked once because he makes contact on this occasion. Coming in strongly from right field is Tom Williams. He makes the catch, and that is the first away. Barber holds at first. Within these two sides, we have 12 players that were teammates for Western Australia back in January at the Youth Championships under 16s in Blacktown. They play against each other in club ball. Then they play against each other in the charters, and they met in the championship game in Western Australia, won by the Phantoms 9 runs to 1. Wanneroo did score first, but then Phantoms replied with 9 unanswered. What makes this such a fascinating battle is that you've got 2 sort of graduating years merged together. The Phantoms have been this generation of senior Phantoms have been state champions every year. Little League, Junior League, Intermediate League. Made the grand final last year. And again this year. Is that to Cavalry? Is there a double play at third? No, there's not. Barber with a smart running play, realising that Cavalry was off the base. And it needed someone to come and cover. That was Nesbitt. Throw couldn't quite get there. And with 2 out, the Giants are 90 feet away from the first run. This is a scheduled 7-inning contest. It can finish after 4, 5 or 6 if the margin is great enough. We've had 4 matches earlier today. We'll run through those in a sec, but I don't want to keep my eyes off this man, Judd McNeil, because he probably had one of the biggest hits of the tournament to score a huge home run in a must-win game for the Giants Wednesday night. This time he gets hold of it and nowhere near as far, but still an RBI single, and the Wanneroo Giants, as they have done in their previous 2 must-win games, have scored in the first inning. Barber crosses the plate, and it's 1-0. For McNeil, that is his 6th hit. He has the tournament cycle. 1 double, 1 triple, 1 home run. But that might just have been, we'll find out in due course. It's very early. Might have been his biggest hit of the tournament so far. He sits at first. Vacant second and third, as Ben Davis, the DH, is at the plate. Bale thought one of those. I've got 11 of this Phantom side. We won the Junior League 2 years ago in Glenelg and got to go to Taylor, Michigan. And not surprisingly, his best baseball highlight was playing in that Junior League World Series. His team, the Morley Eagles, which make up a pretty strong contingent of this Phantom side, won the Senior League title. I've mentioned Wanneroo's success. Two very strong winning cultures going head to head here this afternoon. A swing and a miss, and we got all the twos on the Geelong baseball scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Davis averaging 286. Scored 7 runs, been walked 3 times, had 4 hits. And fouls that away. As expected, and you'll see them on some of the shots brought to you by Spacequake Sports. Some of the other teams, well, all the other teams have now completed their game, and plenty have come out to watch this one. On paper, it looms as a cracking contest. And Palethorpe has given up a couple of hits, strikes back with a strikeout. And that is it for the Giants at the top of the first, but they score a run. We'll be back and see how the Phantoms respond after this break. Welcome back. It's sort of mixed weather. I mean, we're close to Melbourne. We've had blue sky start, we've had overcast conditions, we've had a little bit of rain that did shorten the bronze medal game. Just as we're about to set up the bottom of the first, let me tell you what else has happened today. The Rangers of Melbourne beat the Northern Territory 22-1. Here's the surprise. The Canberra Raiders, oh, there's $1. The Canberra Rangers beat the Gold Coast Cougars 8-0. Well done to the Rangers. They picked up 2 wins. 5th place, the Adelaide Armada beat the Athletics of Melbourne 6-1. And in a shortened game, Cronulla beat Cronulla. It was the Black overcoming the Blue 7-2. 29 games of a 30-game schedule in the books. 10 teams this year's Senior League, back to Geelong after going to Mandurah last year. That gold medal match was something else. Wright got out to an early 4-run lead, and then Phantoms pegged them back. Wright scored 2 runs at the bottom of the 6th that proved enough in the 7-inning affair. So right now, we've got Chase Shortland, nicknamed Shorty, which is, I guess, akin to when Virgin first flew to Australia and had red planes and were called Virgin Blue. Nesbitt, a hard hit, but an even better catch by Ben Hannon at second. I reckon it's a good segue to give you the Wanneroo defence. Jackson Elliott is in left field, Harry Wooden is in centre, and Mitch Elliott is in right. Blake Thompson is at third base. Chase Bensman shortstop. Ben Hannon in action at second base. Judd McNeil's at first base. Cooper Barber behind the plate. Chase Shortland on the hill. And after Ben Nesbitt had a nice line drive caught at second base, we've now got Aita Samakawa. So Aita, one of just 3 players who played Junior League last year along for the Phantoms. So this is a pretty senior crop that Eastern have brought. Zy Gordon and Tex Prisov, the other 2. couldn't quite find a box score of last year's gold medal game, but I'm assuming most of the rest were involved in that squad. And watch for baseballs coming down from the top of the net. So, how does senior league baseball or charter baseball work? Well, teams play for local district clubs all around the country. And when it comes charter time, most of those clubs combine, with a couple of exceptions. Ball count coming up here. One of those exceptions is Wanneroo, deemed to be so big that they can have their own charter. And the other are the ACT and NT, that they have a charter that represents their whole territory. The 3-2 count. And Samakawa has a walk. Now, George Calverley, who also has the tournament cycle. 615 average, 8 hits, a double, a triple, and a home run. He's got 1 out, and Samakawa is on first. Into play and fair down left field line. I think this is going to be a stop at third. Calverley's going to hold up at second, puts the arm on, says touchdown. I'm not going to say ground rule double after yesterday. Those who are watching will know. But that is 2 Phantoms on base with 1 out. I'm assuming we're giving that a double. Okay. Yeah. I've got the 2 scorers next to me, 2 very nervous ladies. At least with these 2, been here before. Have you ever been here? Okay. Okay. Shouldn't assume these things, should I? Anyway, Dyson Edwards is at the plate with 2 Phantoms in scoring position and 1 out. A sacrifice could tie this game, a decent hit, and the Phantoms could lead. Edwards with 2 hits. Would dearly love a third here. Up and foul. The hitting lineup for the Eastern Phantoms, you've already seen Ben Nesbitt leading off. Ada Samakua at second. George Calverley third. Dyson Edwards right at the plate now batting 4. Thomas Williams had a big day yesterday. He's on deck. Ryan Warner at 6. Toby Franklin 7. Cameron Barr 8. And Brady Manning hitting 9 this afternoon. It's a 2-2 count with 1 out. Swing and a miss. And that is Shortland's first strikeout. Want to also recognise our umpiring crew. I'll go through all the umpires during the course of the afternoon during our thank you time. But home plate umpire Taylor Field, first base Neil Douglas, third base David Everett. Congrats to them getting the appointment to the gold medal match. Tom Williams, Willow from the Morley Eagles. He's a former Wanneroo Giant. Played Little League with them in Junior League in 2022. The team that didn't win. Puts that into play and through 1, and that's going to bring a second run, or it'll bring a third run. Calverley's crossing home. Blake Thompson just couldn't get a grip on that one. And that's going to be... So the first... That'll be 2 runs, and the Phantoms in front. Ryan Warner, who's batting 6. As that's a missed throw. Williams needs no further invitation to head to second. So, few nerves for Wanneroo at the moment, despite scoring the first run. And Warner has found a gap, and this will bring another run. And the Phantoms have plated 3. Ryan Warner, his 11th RBI. He's number 6, and he's 4th in the tournament in hits with 8, 3rd in the tournament with RBIs with 10, 4th in the tournament at 18-18 in OPS, and he's batting 6. He's the secret weapon. Just when you think you've got through the meat of it, up he comes. So it's 2 out. All the 2s. Just one Phantom on base at the moment. They've plated 3. Tobes, aka Toby Franklin, looking for his first hit. And this occasion, he'll rake up a strikeout. That is the second for Shortland, but not before a mixture of hits and some fumbles has given the Phantoms a 3-1 lead. That's 1 innings, folks. More where that came from after the break. Welcome back. We're at the second inning of the 2024 Senior League Australian Championships. 2 teams from WA, the Wanneroo Giants in the orange and black, the Phantoms in the blue, the brown and the gold. And for the Phantoms, sorry, for the Giants, this is going to be 6, 7, 8 in the lineup. Wooden, Mitch Elliott, Ben Hannon. Scooped up and fouled. 1-2 count. Wooden has 6 RBIs. And one thing's about Wanneroo, they're an even spread, this team. 5 different players with 6 RBIs. Every one of the starting 9 has had at least 2 hits this tournament. And everyone except Barber and Bensman have had at least 2 walks. Barber and Bensman have been too busy with their 6 and 8 hits respectively to worry about walking. 2-2 count with none out. Put through second base. What a crap, Sawakawa! But even as great an effort as that one, he wasn't going to beat out the run of Wooden. That is a great play all around. I had that all called to go through second base. You can see here, surely that's going through second. Surely, but here comes Superman flying from second. The throw, not surprisingly, a little off, but even if that was dead on the plate, wasn't going to beat the throw. Some great baseball there. Third hit for Wooden. Lead off on. Wanneroo trailing by 2. Mitchell Elliott, only the 2 hits, but he's got 7 walks. His on base is 600. He's got a decent chance here. The bounce is in time. Web gem from Ben Nesbitt. He's had to get stretched, had to backhand, somehow settle and mid-air throw a dart. Just in the nick of time. That will go on the scorebook as a 6-3 ground out, but it was much more than that. So I should add, with that, Wooden has advanced to second, so another Giant in scoring position. The potential tying run, and we are at the top of the second. Probably a bit early have potential tying runs, but it's Ben Hannon. And that's called foul. Hannon Wednesday night had a critical 2-hit night against Cronulla Black. Talked about the even spread of teams, the even spread across the Wanneroo team. There's at least 7 players that have had sort of either a big play or sort of an MVP report-worthy effort. As Hannon strikes out, strikeout number 2 for Palthorpe, who has in his baseball resume a perfect game. Fouled away. Count is 1-1 with 2 out. Wooden is at second base. Jackson Elliott only had the 4 at bats. It has 2 hits from those. One of those a double. So you might say it's about the quality, not the quantity. On base percentage 667 is OPS in the 1400s. And it's a critical 2-out at bat and a 1-2 count. Jax Elliott stays alive. Jacko with a foul. And back-to-back strikeouts ends the threat from the lead-off single to Wooden. The Giants are scoreless, and the Phantoms will take a 2-run lead into the bottom of the second with a chance to extend it after this break. You're watching the 2024 Australian Senior League Championships. Welcome back. Bottom of the second here in Geelong. They've been wonderful hosts. I want to thank the East Belmont Saints and the Guild All-Star Lions for sharing, their beautiful facilities and keeping us fed and hydrated all through the week. There's been some early mornings and I'm pretty sure some late nights for quite a few of the volunteers. I want to particularly call out Stu McGovern from the Saints and Jason Peoples from the Guild, who have been leading the volunteer group. Cameron Barr to be followed by Brady Manning, and then back to the top of the order, Ben Nesbitt. It's 8-9-1 in the Phantoms order. They got 7 to the plate in the first, scored 3 runs. After 3 straight balls, the mandatory, almost obligatory strike. So now hitters count 3-1. First at bat this inning, no one on base. And the count from 3-0 goes to 3-2. That's why, for me, I do not get the I'm not going to swing at a 3-0 pitch. But I understand it's a thing. As there's a walk. 2 bar. That is the second walk given up by Shortland this afternoon. So how did these two teams get here? Well, firstly, I mentioned before, you have to get selected within your region to play charter. These are the best players, usually from a group of 3, 5 clubs, depending on the strength of junior numbers. Except Wanneroo, they're the exception. They're huge. They've got their own charter. In WA, 7 teams met in April at the state tournaments. And I'm going to get this wrong. I'm against the Careen Cats, the Central Firebirds, Coastal Bay Sharks, Southern Titans, and the Swan Hill Aces. And g'day to all of those who might be watching this Baseball Plus stream. And they played a 6-game tournament. I think it's just a round robin. And they scheduled last year's finalists, the Giants and Phantoms, to play last. And sure enough, they went through unbeaten. And so both at 5-0 on April 13, they met. McNeil scored the first run, walking and scoring. Phantoms then scored 4 on the third, 2 on the sixth to run away with it with 3 in the seventh to win 9-1. As we've got a walk backed up by a strikeout of Brady Manning. That is strikeout number 3. So some states send 1 team, some states send 2, such as the reputation and strength of charter baseball in the West. That WA get to send 2, as do New South Wales and Victoria. Queensland, South Australia send 1, the state champion, and NT and ACT send a rep team that does not have to qualify. Steelers second going on here. The throw is pretty close, but safe is the call. Ball dropped. The bar is at second, but it looks like it was going to be a close run thing. Keep an eye on that baseball. Where is it? It's at the bottom of the base. So Nesbitt is up. He hit a really hard shot straight at Ben Hannon at second base. So having qualified for the Nationals, both these teams, and generally the schedule makers, if there's 2 teams coming from a particular state, they'll be put in different pools to allow for this scenario to happen. If they happen to be the 2 best teams in the country from the same state, they still can meet. Of course, there is a crossover, so I guess even if they're in the same pool and finished 1-2, they could still do it. But each pool had a team from WA, New South Wales and Victoria in it. One had a Queensland team, Gold Coast. One had an Adelaide team, the Armada, and then Canberra and Northern Territory were allocated a pool each. And those 5 teams played a round-robin series of 4 games over 3 days. What that meant was that one of those first 3 days, Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday, every team had a double-up day. For the Phantoms, it was Tuesday. For the Giants, it was Wednesday. The Phantoms' journey was one of domination, as we've got another walk and there's 2 Phantoms on base. Walk number 3. They started 20-5 over the Melbourne Rangers. And then 15-0 on Tuesday against the Canberra Rangers, 10-1 over Cronulla Blue, 17-0 over the Gold Coast to finish unbeaten top seed in their pool. They got to play the second seed of the other pool, Cronulla Black, scored first, but then Cronulla led 2-1. First time I'm pretty sure that the Phantoms had trailed. Maybe trailed all Nationals, but they responded to eventually win 9-3. All up, they outscored teams 62-5 in the prelims, 71-8 in their 5 games played. Gonna have a little chat. As Nesbitt to first. Just a settling conversation, I would suspect. Yep. So no contact made by the Phantoms, but 3 walk this inning has on a second walk this inning. We've got Barr walked, should be at second. Manning struck out, and Nesbitt just walked, is at first. The Giants' path to this game not quite as dominating, but they've certainly found their mojo over the last few days. Monday they faced the NT Buffaloes, a team that was great to have here, but they did have a lot of kids that have got years of senior league eligibility left. Samakara's hit hard to centre. Wooden goes back and cannot get there, just out of reach. This is going to bring runs. This is going to bring two. And Ada Samakara has a 2 RBI double. And the Phantoms are on their way. They lead at 5-1. The two that were put on base, Barr and Nesbitt, both score. Look, that Wooden had a chance and then taken away. Well, that was the wind. The wind has been blowing from right to left for most of the week. I'm not sure what it's blowing today, but it is pretty strong. Need a windsock. And the pitch passed gives Samakawa an easy option to sprint to third. And the Phantoms' 6th run is 90 feet away with 1 out. The Giants' journey here, they beat the Northern Territory 23-0, then a hiccup. They lost to the Adelaide Armada 8-9. From there, everything became must win when they turned up Wednesday morning, and win they did. 13-1 over the Athletics. And then the last game of the prelims under the Geelong Lights, they beat Cronulla Black 11-6 before getting the other half of Cronulla Blue in the semi and beating them 9-5. 65 runs scored, 21 conceded. This one is played straight to Thompson. There will be an RBI sacrifice from Carverley, and that is the 6th run. Bases are cleared, but the Phantoms have added another 3 to the 3 they scored in the first. Tyson Edwards comes up, and there's not a teammate on base to be found. Edwards puts up. It'll fall short, almost in the middle of a triangle between short, left and centre. Was picked up by centre, so that'll be the assigned single. And now Tom Williams, who I mentioned before had the big play last night. Tom Williams started T-ball at age 6, and he said initially pitching was his strength. And in his own words, these are not my words, his words on the profile, now I can't pitch to save my life. Appreciate the honesty. Moved to Morley Eagles. Not a bad mentor to have in Luke Hughes. And whilst all of his teammates have got World Series stories to share, Tom Williams has never been overseas before. Wonder how he slept last night. 2-0 count with 2 strikes. Oh, 2-1, my apologies. 2-1 with 2 out. Oh, that ball needs bigger letters. It needs a B, S and O for me. 3-1 count, 2 out, a Phantom at first. Already been a successful inning with 3 on the board. Right down the M1, full count with 2 out. M1 is where most teams will be heading tomorrow, either heading back to their Melbourne bases up to Sydney. Just maybe the other way to Adelaide, and I'm sure Perth will be flying tomorrow. That's a fumble from Hannon and still got the out. Hearts and mouths for a moment. Hit by Williams right at him. Had the poised time to recover and get there just in the nick of time. We are 2 innings through the gold medal match of the 2024 Australian Senior League Championships, the third coming up after the break. Here comes the third innings and Wanneroo back to the top of the order. It all started well for Wanneroo. Cooper Barber singled to left and scored, and it was 1-0. Since then, the Phantoms have scored 6 unanswered. And Wanneroo looking to do something about this deficit. I've got to admit, I feel like going out of the commentary booth and running down to the grandstand and just checking what those players are doing with the party hats behind home plate. Are they the Territory boys? I think they are. Good to see them having a good time. Adding some colour to the occasion. 1-2 count on Barber. 6 RBIs, 9 runs scored, 7 hits this tournament. Hard to see him without Quinn Fatai. He's got some other commitments stateside this year. All going to plan. We'll see Cooper and Bensman and Thompson and Ben Davis and Wooden and the Elliots and Hannon. They're all 15. It should mean they're all eligible to be back next year. 4 strikeout for Palthorpe. You start playing Little League, and I think that's under 12. Then it's Intermediate League. So what used to happen was you used to have Little League under 12, Junior League under 14, and then the Senior League, which you have to be under 17. So, Junior League under 15. And I thought that maybe that was a bit of a gap between Little and Junior, so they stuck in Intermediate in the middle. So now there's 4 levels. The Senior League Nationals, traditionally the start of your Australian National Charter season. We're usually the first region to play our qualifying tournament. That is played to Carverley, gets it on the 3rd bounce. Put some of the frustration into the throw right on the money. And that's 1 away. 2 away. The threat of Chase Bensman extinguished there. The 2 up, 2 down so far. Goes without saying that Wanneroo can't have too many duck eggs on their scoreboard from here. 5 runs early is not impossible. You just have to chip away with it. So normally Senior League kicks off charter season, but as you might have seen on Baseball Plus and around baseball.com.au last week, a fantastic tournament, 2 tournaments in fact, in Lismore. A great combination of a world first all-girls Little League National Championship won by New South Wales Blue over the Victoria Bells. Congratulations to everyone. And they were the day games, and at night it was the Australian Women's Baseball Showcase with the Victoria Aces, Brisbane Bandits, Adelaide Giants. Drop third strike, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, fifth strikeout for Palthorpe. I'll tell you more about the upcoming charter tournaments when we come back. Bottom of the third, very shortly. Welcome back. Did have a touch of rain, which did limit the third place playoff won by Cronulla Black over Cronulla Blue. Only 4 innings, I think it went. But that is all cleared. The ground's dried out. The sun's slowly heading off to the west, as will these 2 teams tomorrow. Are they on the same flight tomorrow? They're on the same flight tomorrow. At the same hotel, which is the same hotel as I'm at. So, they've been very well behaved. Haven't heard any of them. No. Obviously none of them are on the second floor. Anyway. So that'll be an interesting plane flight home tomorrow. 6-1 is the score. If the Phantoms keep going at this rate, we may have an early finish, but that is a long way away right now. Warner, be followed by Franklin and Barr. We already told you a little bit about Warner's stats. They have, I don't think I've seen a number 6 hitter with this good a stat line. 9 hits from 14 at-bats, 2 of those doubles. 643 average. And he's already added to that a 10th hit, which was an RBI this afternoon. Full count with none out. And this time he'll claim the walk. They're coming up now, Toby Franklin. I was going to mention the other Australian tournaments. Well, organisers get a week off, and then it's off to Lismore. And the way they've managed to get a week off is by combining 2 tournaments into one. The Intermediate League Nationals and the Junior League Nationals will be both at Lismore at the same time. From Monday, May the 27th to Friday, May the 31st. But if you think that's chaotic, there's the potential to be chaotic. Blacktown International Sports Park, Wednesday, June 5 to Monday, June 10. It's the big one, the Australian Little League Championships, Division 1 and 2, and that is 24 teams. I hope they're not at the same hotel. 24 10, 11, 12-year-olds running amok in Sydney. But they have a great time, and it's the start of their charter journey. It's great to have the Division 2, and it's great to have the all girls. So many teams get the chance to play at the Little League level nationally, and I guess that will then create the demand for more intermediate junior and give it 3 or 4 years right here at senior level. Full count, still none out. Warner at first. This is Franklin. Finds Hannon. Tries for the double play, gets the lead off, but really wasn't a double play in that. In fact, they were... Oh, hang on. We're all coming back. What's happened here? Oh, no. Okay, so what's happened is the lead-off runner in Warner is out. Franklin on the sort of fielder's choice made it because the ball got loose. He's been put to second. So in essence, we've gone from 0 out to 1 out, and we've gone from 25 to 24 on the second base, and Warner's back in the dugout. We've had an update on the party hats. There is a rumour circulating that there's a birthday somewhere in that group. Either that or the team is just in a celebration mode. I really feel tempted between you to run down and say, what are you guys up to? But there's a lot of stairs in. 1 no count, 1 out. Cameron Barr, who walked and scored, leading off the second. Barr here. The common denominator in this team, a 16-year-old from the Morley Eagles. So for many of these Phantoms, they were here last year. And probably for the last 12 months, they've been thinking about getting back to this game and going one better. And for many of them, this will be the end of their charter journey as they start to make their transition into senior baseball. We'll probably see a few of them for WA under 18s because there's 9 Phantoms in the Western Australian under 16 side in January this year. 4 Giants at this point. Drop third strike. And that is the second out. Strikeout number 4 for Shortland. So a chance for Wanneroo to do the first thing that you need to do in a comeback, and that's to stop the flow of opposition runs. Just need one more out. Brady Manning has something to say about that. Mano from Morley. That's got away from Barber. Everyone lost it for a moment. And Warner is 90 feet away from a 7th run for the Phantoms. As they did in the WA Championship game, Wanneroo scored first. Since then, it has been all the Phantoms on our scoreboard. So hitters count 3-1 with 2 out. Manning unleashes with a foul that lands the other side of the fence. Full count, 2 out. Phantoms looking to extend the 6-run lead, and they will be on the corners as it goes back to Nesbitt at the top of the order. This is the 8th Australian Senior League Championship, first started in 2016 in Lismore, first won by the Southern Mariners. The first team, I think, to get a trip to the US was the 2017 champions, the Adelaide Armada, followed by Cronulla. And our first Western Australian champions, the Western Suns. I'm assuming by geography, probably didn't have anybody from Wanneroo or the Eastern Phantoms there related. The other side of the city, other side of the Swan, probably. Played down third baseline and foul. So 2020, no tournament, hardly any sport in 2020. Got back to it in 2021. Southern Mariners won their second title. Came to Geelong for the first time in 2022, and the Eastern Athletics beat Cronulla. And last year went to Mandurah, which by the promo videos they showed looks an absolutely gorgeous place. Ride Hawks beat the Phantoms 6-4. And an advancement to second. So we've got not Warner at third, we've got Franklin at third. Mark Warner out. As that's a hit past Hannon, and it's going to be 2 more Phantom runs. The throw is coming, but won't be in time. Ben Nesbitt will be awarded a single and 2 RBI. At least an RBI. I'll let them work that out. But he's on second base, and most importantly, 2 runs are in the book. Some huge 2-out runs to the Eastern Phantoms. Their lead is now 7, with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. The prize, a trip to Easley, South Carolina for the Senior League World Series, one of, I think, 7 World Series tournaments, baseball, softball, run by Little League. They've been playing a Senior League World Series since 1961. 63 years for those trying to keep count. It was first held a couple of years at Williamsport in Pennsylvania. Where else? Went to Bethlehem in Pennsylvania in 63. Louisville, Kentucky. Des Moines, Iowa. Gary, Indiana had it for about 17 years. Then a bit of sun to Kissimmee, Florida. 2002 they went to Bangor, Maine. 2016 and 2017 when the Aussies started turning up. Easley, South Carolina. And the way these tournaments work, there's going to be 12 teams. Starting July 27 American time, I guess July 28 here. As Ada Samakawa is at the plate with Nesbitt at second, 2 out, 3-1. Long hit. Wooden's got to go back, and that's over his head. That's going to hit the wall at 390 feet. Samakawa's rounding second. He's going to hold up at third, but he has a 3-bagger RBI. And the Phantoms' rampage continues. 3 in the first, 3 in the second. They had no runs at 2 outs. They've since scored 3 in the third. And right now, after 3, it's the same score as the state championship, with Samakawa at third base. There's Nesbitt. That'll do it for Shorty. They're still distributing the party hats amongst the Buffaloes. Not so interested in the hats, but did they bring any birthday cake? So they've brought one off the bench. Rafael de Blasi, aka Raf, will be the next pitcher for Wanneroo. Baseball and will take a rest. The Senior League World Series, 12 teams, 6 from the United States region, Central, East, Southeast, Southwest, West, and they do have one for the host. So there will be a team from South Carolina at the event. The 6 international regions, Asia Pacific. So just have a think about that for a sec. Korea, Taiwan, Japan, 1 team. Australia, 1 team. Canada, the Caribbean, which includes often Puerto Rico, Europe, Africa, and Latin America. Taiwan had an incredible run in the 70s, 80s and 90s. They've picked up 17 Senior League World Series titles. New York and Florida second with 5 apiece. In recent times, Curacao and Puerto Rico. And Curaçao's won 2018, 2023, Puerto Rico 2022, and Hawaii went unbeaten in 2019. So all that, the world coming together to play some baseball in South Carolina, July 27. All that for the winner. So clear scoreboard, but 2 outs, and Samakawa is at third. George Cavalier, who's had a double and scored, and a sacrifice, which was an RBI. And this top 3 have just been unstoppable this week. With plenty of other contributions as well. Swing and a miss. No. Correct. It's a 2-1 count with 2 out. 9-1 score. 9-1 scoreline. Just short of a good length, but that is a ball. And the first batter faced by de Blasi is walked. There's phantoms at the corners. Raf de Blasi started playing, courtesy of his dad, when he was aged 8. Thinks his dad is the most important base for us because he knows a lot about baseball. Raf had a bad accident in 2021 where he had a broken back, hip and leg. And it's staying fair. And now foul. Gee. And you can see the discipline of the Phantoms that it was always looking like it was going to go foul, but Edward said, well, I'm going to run this full bore. Almost got to first base before it went foul. I don't know if that counts. I think it's when the ball stops, isn't it? It is. Okay. Oh, 1 count. That a little on the high side. It dropped, but not in time. So Yeah, Raphael here. Broken back, hip and leg. Bad accident 2021. Missed a year and a half of baseball. And here he is pitching away in a gold medal game. So sometimes you win in life, even if it's not shown on the scoreboard. 1 and 2, the pitch got past over on this occasion, and Samakara scored. So that's 4, and the margin is now 10-1. Count at 3 and 2, and I think there's a bit of quiet in the crowd at the moment because I think reality of what's occurred is just starting to hit, and everyone's wondering how to react to it. So we've got a 9-run ball game, which shows every possibility of going a little bit bigger in that margin, as Edwards has walked. Wanneroo. The reality that the dream of a Triple Crown might have to wait a year. And the Phantoms, well, they don't dare think about it yet. Because we've still got a bit more to go. There'll be plenty of time for thinking when it's all done. An 0-1 count. And right now, the Blasi's just struggling to get into this game. Of course, it is pitching from the top of the hill. Trying to cast my mind back to Junior League last year, where you pitch from. Now, it certainly caused the NT Buffaloes, they've got a mixture of 13, 14 and 15. I think just a few 16-year-olds. Which is the majority age here. They'd never pitched from... What's this raise thing? And steal a third, advancement to second, hit by pitch. That's Tom Williams, and the Phantoms have just batted around. It's 10-1. With 2 outs, and it's been on 2 outs for some time. It was the last 6 Phantoms have all got on. Back to Ryan Warner, who has had a good day, an RBI and a walk, a run. Now, by my understanding, it's Calverley at third, Edwards at second, Williams at first. Three-0 count. And a strike, that a boy. I think everybody in the stadium was wanting that one to be right down the M1. What is it up in Perth? The Kawana Freeway. Bernard, Mick, Bernard or Mitchell, take your choice. Unfortunately, the next one is not. That one went to the Swan, and everyone moves the base, and the scoreboard goes up 1. And yes, unfortunately, with the last 4 getting on with the pitching, time for a quick chat. And we're going to have a change. Might be a good chance to do some thank yous. because there's plenty. Because an event like this, you don't just click your fingers. There are so many people that put so much into something like this. And even if you go back just to charter level at the States, there's 2 WA teams here, but there's 7 charter teams in WA. Many in New South Wales, Victoria and Queensland, all across the country. So, what probably needs to be understood for those that are new to this is charter baseball is a level above club ball, both in terms of standard, but also in terms of commitment. So you have your normal trainings and your normal volunteers and all that occurs in a summer baseball league, and you get to March and the summer season's done and you're ready for a break, and charter baseball really kicks full gear then with state tournaments in April, nationals in May, June, and then the champions in the States July, August. So the commitment from all the volunteers, I always feel for the EOs, the executive officers, who sort of have to keep everything running smoothly off the field, so the team does well on the field. I have an increased appreciation. I think I always had an appreciation for the scorers, but I think that's gone up a notch this week, sitting next to them all week and just seeing every little thing that they jot down and need to check and recheck, and yeah. And that's just a small part of it. I'll get to the coaches in a sec. Toby Franklin's up. He wanted to get a crack at that. Straight to Wooden, and that is, at last, the 3rd out. Not before the Phantoms have almost put this one to bed. 5 at the bottom of the 3rd makes it 11 runs to 1, heading into the 4th. This is the 2024 Australian Senior League Championships. Welcome back. There's the sun about to set. And it's also about to set on this tournament. The last game of 30 scheduled earlier today. In the consolation games, the Rangers did well. The Melbourne Rangers 22-1 over the NT Buffaloes, and the Canberra Rangers, in what some would have thought a bit of a surprise, 8-0 over Gold Coast. So the Phantoms 11 runs to 1. 9 of those 11 runs, I'm going to give credit to Eric Bolner, who shot this little stat to me. 9 of the 11 runs have been scored with 2 out. So Wanneroo get to the 2 out, just can't get that 3rd. So I mentioned the Rangers of Melbourne, the Rangers of Canberra. victorious today to give them a smile for the end of the tournament. The battle for 5th was between the Adelaide Armada and the Melbourne/Eastern Athletics. As McNeil puts it down towards centre field, and Brady Manning, with Tom Williams in support, makes the catch. So yeah, it was Adelaide 6, Eastern Athletics 1. The Adelaide Armada, who will end up with possibly the second best record at the tournament, get the 5th seed. Unfortunately, their one loss was a big one, which cost them in the tiebreaker. Ben Davis, the DH, is up. This is the second time around for Wanneroo. In fact, it's not Davis. It is the pitcher. And de Blasi might have had a couple of struggles on the hill. Give him a bat, and there's your redemption on first. Ain't that baseball? My good calling colleague Scott Pratt, mentor extraordinaire, great player, coach, manager, administrator, and commentator, always says it may not be your day, but it can be your moment. So I hope Raf enjoyed that one. So this is lefty Harry Wooden playing centre field today, or does have a single. Start proceedings. I mentioned all the games except for one, and that was the bronze medal game in something I haven't seen in charter baseball. I'm not sure if it's happened in charter baseball, but a medal match between two teams from the same charter. And it was the black of Cronulla overcoming a 2-run deficit to beat the blue of Cronulla 7-2. As that is foul and into the car park. 0-2 count. That game was a little shortened due to the rain, which thankfully dissipated in time. The ground is just bathed in beautiful twilight right now. Wooden goes back and incurs the strike, and we'll head back to the dugout. So still Dylan Palethorpe on the hill. Still Palethorpe pitching. And what count is he up to? 57? It's always interesting how teams manage their pitches. For the Phantoms, I guess they had the luxury of a strong start. They didn't have the must-win game that Wanneroo did. Then it was a case of who are we going to have, who have we saved for the semi-final yesterday against Cronulla Black. Probably an unexpected opponent. Black were undefeated after day 2. And then for the gold medal match. And I think they made a pretty good choice with Palethorpe, who is through 4 innings having conceded just the 1 run, including back-to-back strikeouts of Wooden and Mitch Elliott. It'll be the Phantoms up at the bottom of the 4th after this break. So Lachlan Firth has moved into second base. Ben Hannon, day might be done, as Wanneroo moves some of the magnets around. I want to thank some of the other parties that make all this possible. Some great sponsor partners in SportsLink Travel, Belgravia and Velo. And it is a pretty specky set of lights we've got here at Geelong. 8 towers, all beautifully arranged around the diamond. We mentioned the East Belmont Saints and the Guild All-Star Lions, two local Geelong clubs that look after this facility and have looked after us magnificently this week. And particularly want to thank Stu McGovern from the Saints and Jason Peoples from the Guild and all of their wonderful staff. Personally, I want to thank all those from the Guild and the canteen who've looked after me this week. Tournament Director Andrea Cormick and the Tournament Scores Coordinator, who's had all sorts of interesting phone calls and messages during the course of the week. That's Robin Carlson. Andrew Bell's been the coordinator of the umpires. Our umpires, Steve Reimer, Dave Everett, who's out here now, Daryl Archer, Taylor Field, Jinmin Lee, Neil Douglas, who's out here, Gavin Daniels, Russell Opie and Davian Eben Waldner. Shout out all the crew at Spacequake Sports that have done a fantastic job giving you pictures through the course of the week. We've got Jared producing today as that's out to left and collected by Jacko. Jackson Elliott has a highlight to take back to Perth. That's one away. I think that was Barr who's at the plate. Yep. I think I haven't lost a player. Always not good to commentate and lose a player. Brady Manning is at the plate. As that's a nice hit to left. And Manning has decided, I feel like a run. I'm going to go for second and I'll get there standing up. So once again, the Phantoms, with one out, have a player in scoring position. If they score 5 runs this inning, they will be the champions of Australia. Mentioning Spacequake Sports, Jared doing the buttons today, and on day one we've got Murray and Lucas on the cameras. Done an awesome job, especially those 4 games a day days. And also want to thank David Muggleton as well, who is the boss, the manager and producer, and does pretty much everything with Spacequake Sports. So back to Nesbitt, we're in the 4th, and it's his 4th plate appearance. That probably gives you an idea of how it's gone for the Phantoms today. Also want to send, we're doing the Cheerios and the thank yous. I want to thank Eric Bolner on a personal note, but also he's been doing all the work on the baseball.com.au site, giving absolutely extensive daily reports with highlights and stats and a review of every single game, of which this is the 30th. That after a really big week for him and Amy McCann calling all the Lismore girls and women's action. Thank him for the opportunity to come to Geelong and enjoy calling some baseball for you this week. And Eric will be back with some mates in Lismore and then Blacktown as the charter tournaments roll on. But right now it's 1 out. It's a full count. Manning is on second, vacant first and third bases for the Phantoms. Nesbitt puts into play. There's an out to be had. It's at first base and it's there. Look at the replay. Nice pickup of a grounder there by Blake Thompson. And you've got a... How's that for a pitcher? How's that for a shot? Put that in the majors. Put that on the socials. Mute the commentary, but show the picture. So with 2 out, I'm not going to say anything because the Phantoms have scored 9 of their 11 with 2 out. Just when the Giants think they've got a chance of a clean sheet, this is where it goes pear-shaped, or has so far. Through all of that, Manning, who started this off with a double, is at third base. And right now the Giants have got to work through the dynamic duo of Ada Samakawa and George Calverley. And Samakara adds another hit to his impressive tally this week and another to his RBI tally. Manning scores. It's 12-1. The magic number this inning is the Phantoms to end it would need to get to 16. So we're not there yet, and it is 2 out. We've seen a few games end early, and they end early if the trailing team trails by 15 and have batted 4 innings, or the trailing team trails by 10 and has batted 5 or more. Calverley at the plate. How often has he had Nesbitt or Samakara ahead of him? And we've actually got a pinch hitter coming in next. Tex Prisov is on deck. Hey, look, it's the 4th. We haven't had too many subs. It's it is one of the things that gives the commentators and especially the scorers lots of challenges. Okay, and thanks to Eric, who's been popping little notes through the day because I'm looking at the trees, he's seeing the forest, or vice versa. And Samakara is a home run off the cycle. 3 at-bats, single, double, triple. Just checking with the score if that's legitimate. Got that one. That's not what you're supposed to say. 2 doubles. Okay. I think I called a 3-bagger, Eric, and it wasn't. I have a habit of doing that. Meanwhile, on the field, the Giants do get that 3rd out without conceding too much. They concede a run. We're going to the 5th, and Wanneroo need to score 2 to keep this game going. Can they? Or will we see a championship won after the break? Welcome back to the 5th. And that was Lockie Firth, who'd come in for Hannon in the 8-hole earlier. He's popped up, 1 out. As mentioned, Wanneroo need 2 runs to keep this going. That's put up in foul territory, almost a second out, but everyone will come back because that is in foul territory. Not caught. We thanked a lot of people. I just need to also add Michael Ibbotson, or finish with Michael Ibbotson maybe, because he's the Baseball Australia manager of these events. Firstly, for organising some lovely accommodation. Secondly, for driving me to the ballpark a few mornings at the crack of dawn. And for having the rather challenging job of making all these events, they come in a hurry, back to back to back to back, or work. Also wanted to thank all of you for watching through Baseball Plus. Baseball Plus now has over 43,000 subscribers. A lot of those ABL fans, 13,000 have watched the last month, as Wanneroo are now down to their last out. So we're at the 1 pitch warning. So for all of you that have watched and helped baseball grow, thank you for that. And now Dylan Bandy comes in and we'll work out, yeah. So he's replaced Cooper Barber, I think. Number 1. We're at the number 1 position, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah. So with 2 out, the Giants need 2 runs to keep going, and out here, and the Phantoms, who've waited 12 months for redemption. Now they can just about think about it, because I'm sure they've been dreaming and planning for some time. Bowed away. Two 0-2 count. The Phantoms are a strike away from South Carolina. And looks like we've got a couple of umpires that have come to join the birthday boys from the Buffaloes. Fun all around there. Yeah, watch out, Geelong. Everyone's game's done. Probably all heading home tomorrow. It'll be a big Friday night down here at Corio Bay. A 1-2 count. The Phantoms are so close. They have dominated this week. And Palthorpe is just trying to find that strike zone. 2-2-2. It's a Richie. Something marvellous. Could it happen here for the Phantoms? A swing and a miss. And the 2024 Australian Senior League champions, they were dominant from go to woe, and they're going to South Carolina. Congratulations to the Eastern Phantoms, winners of the Senior League Championship with a final score of 12-1 over Wanneroo. There's a play that they'll rewind over and over again. "11 of this team have been there before. For Tom Williams, we mentioned he's never been overseas. Well, I hope you got a passport, because he's going to need one now. And these boys from the Phantoms know what the World Series experience is like. They've done it in Taylor From the entire Baseball Australia community, all the best representing us at the Senior League World Series. Thoughts for Wanneroo? You get the feeling their time will come next year. A heck of an effort to get here after that narrow loss to Adelaide. They had backs to the wall from then on. And were only denied by their senior, more experienced rivals from the east side of Perth. So what happens from here, folks? I know there's Phantom fans that want to see all of this. We are going to sign off as a commentary, but we're going to leave a camera on the presentations. We're going to have all the teams down on the field, but this will take a while. So we're going to sign off shortly as a commentary team and the Spacequake Sports crew, and just leave you with some pictures, which I'm sure will be pretty special to the Phantoms fans. Again, thank you all for watching. Thanks to all for participating. Congrats to all that have been here this week, especially your 2024 Senior League Australian champions, the Eastern Phantoms. Farewell from Geelong.
Ladies and gentlemen, the closing ceremony and presentation will start very shortly. If we could please have all teams and team staff make their way down to the cattle gate behind the first base dugout, and we'll provide you some instruction from there.
providing your fields this week. To the grounds crew, you guys did an absolutely outstanding job today, so thank you to you guys. Thank you also to all the volunteers. You guys put up your time, so we couldn't have done this without you guys. The umpires, you guys have been absolutely outstanding all week. I don't think I've seen a better crew than you guys this week, so congratulations to you guys as well. The Phantoms, you guys, I don't even know how to explain you guys. You guys are just, wow, that's all it is. Especially to Wanneroo, you guys are outstanding, so well done to you guys, and absolutely outstanding, my boys. You guys are maybe proud of the last couple of years, so see you guys get a bronze medal is all I can ask for, so well done, guys. Tom Williams. Yeah. Matt Trainer. Jack Fletcher. Liam Kavanagh. Hamish Kelly. Talon Cavill. Lewis Gardner. Bailey Dove. Campbell Tillett. Colin Sheehan. Ryan Nichols. Gabriel Tentimus. Matt Gardner. James Gilbert. And thank you to my EO, Beck Havel, and my two scorers, Matt Dobbs and Hamish Kelly. Thank you guys. Sorry, Brian Kelly. Sorry. Thank you very much. Nice photo.
Just forward facing in front of the Oh, you're in the back.
Thank you. We'd like to invite Greg Elliott, the head coach of the Wanneroo Giants, to come forward and say a few words.
Thank you. First, I'd just like to say thank you to BA. It's been a great tournament. It's been really well run. Besides the chilly weather, which isn't quite to our liking, it's been outstanding. So thank you to you guys. To the clubs that have run the tournament, we've had an absolute ball here. It's been great. So thank you to all the volunteers and everyone that have put in to make this tournament awesome. So thank you. To the umpires, done a great job all week, guys. So appreciate your efforts as well. So thank you very much. To Dan and his lads, we came in knowing firsthand exactly what you guys had and how good you guys are going to be, and you know, you guys showed that right through the tournament. You were outstanding all tournament, guys. So congratulations, you guys. You guys deserved it. You missed out on a few over the years. So boys, enjoy it, have a good time, and good luck over there. To my boys, guys didn't quite get there today, but you know, we had an absolutely outstanding tournament. You should be so proud of what you achieved. We started a little slow and we fought back really, really hard and got to where we wanted to. Didn't quite work out, guys, but outstanding tournament, so well done. Leanne, our scorer, thank you very much. Always looks after us. Excuse me, throat's a bit gone. Leanne, thank you. And to my assistant coaches and EO, Mark, Shane and Archie, it's been a great trip, guys. Appreciate you guys coming along. Thanks, guys. Blake Thompson. Mitchell Elliott. Raf de Blasi. Chase Benjamin. Lockie Firth. Cooper Barber. Ben Davis. Dylan Bandy. Jackson Elliott. Chase Shortland. Judd McNeil. Harry Wooden. Ben Hannon. Assistant coach Shane Thompson. Assistant coach Mark Doropoulos. And our EO Mark Hannon. Head coach Greg Elliott.
And now we'll get the coach up from the winning team, Dan Cavaliers. Sorry. And the coach from the Eastern Canyons, Dan Cavalier. Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew. Firstly, I'd like to thank Baseball Australia. As the other boys have said, wonderfully run tournament. Everything went smoothly. Even when the rain came today, we managed to get it done. So congratulations to VA. To the Geelong Bay Cats and the East Belmont Saints, thank you very much for your hospitality and your facilities. Outstanding. We've really enjoyed ourselves. To Lockydale and BWA, thank you very much for all your support. Mike Ibbotson, Andrew McCormack and David Hayes for everything that you guys do to make these tournaments happen. To the umpiring crew, I'd like to reiterate the words. I think it's the best crew we've had at a tournament in a long time. So congratulations to you all. To the volunteers and the grounds crew, really well done. Monumental effort, and every time we stepped on the field it was in tip-top shape, so we thank you for that. To the other teams, coaches and players, thank you very much. We never ever approach a game underprepared. We never take it for granted, and we know that we're always up for a battle, so thank you all for that. To Phantom Nation, to our parents and all that travel, we love having your support and we greatly do appreciate it. Craig Williamson, our ADA, for travelling over and being a part of something special with us, Bugs, thank you very much. To the Morley, Perth and UWA baseball clubs back in Perth, thank you for your ongoing support. My coaches and staff, can't do this without you, but most importantly, to my guys, thank you for buying in and believing. Thank you. Tom Williams. Tyson Edwards. Luke Del Borello. Zy Gordon. Ryan Warner. Tex Prizov. Cam Barr. Eita Samakawa. Adam Taylor. Aaron Hugo. Cooper Murphy. Dylan Palethorpe. Toby Franklin. Brady Manning. George Calverley. Ben Nesbitt. Our EO, Trudy Calverley. Assistant coach, Jeremy Franklin. Assistant coach, Jason Manning. Yeah, thanks to everybody. Thanks to everybody, really appreciate it, and safe travels.
Not yet, Dan. Haven't finished. A couple more things. David Hayes has the banner for you as the Senior League champions. Look at the photo of the shield as well. And we also have the Australian Senior League Championship Shield, and you will be the second WA team to go on that, so congratulations. Phantoms will get their photo taken, and that concludes the championship. So thank you to all the parents who've come out and everyone who's made this a fantastic championships. Thank you.
Lovely. Big cheers at the count of three, boys. 1, 2, 3. Come on, come on.
Am I good to kill it?